You requested more price points, more diversity. So I found you one, $350,000 in a zip code 37214, which I just sold something earlier this year to a first-time home buyer in this zip code. So I have been out and about in a lot of these neighborhoods. This one's a real cutie. Okay, 350, 2 bedrooms, 2.5 baths. We're going to go inside in a second. It's absolutely everything to write home about, but there's one thing that I would have changed as the home renovator. I'm going to tell you at the end. Not a biggie, not a deal breaker, but I would have changed it. Okay, so first of all, it is side A. I can't remember if it's side A or side B that we're looking at right now, but there is another side, and that is not for sale. So this would be considered HPR, horizontal property regime, attached. Okay. Now, you are walking into this staircase. It's just about under 1,100 square feet, but it clears pretty nicely. And it didn't bother me whatsoever because there's all this space over here. Open concept, living kitchen. They have not staged this with any sort of dining area, with the exception of the peninsula over there, with 5 stools that are like very beautifully spaced. But with different placement, guys, of this furniture, meaning if you were able to squeeze this towards that way with a sofa here or a sofa here and maybe a bench seat here, you could likely put sort of like a real narrow table here, maybe bistro set, with 2 chairs at this window, which I think would be really, really cute. But I do love what the designer and stager has done here. I want you to pay really close attention to the lighting package in this one. Everything feels very upgraded for a $350,000 price point. This is the half bath. Half bath, it's like almost like a mauve color on the walls. This light fixture is linen and it's gorgeous. And this, I do believe the frame on the mirror is pulling almost like a deep forest green. So whomever did this did it very well, knows what they're doing. Love those the paneled vanity. Okay. Now, full glass doors. Again, all of these things are thoughtful in the design. Let's pull this around here. There we go. This kitchen is pretty spectacular. The curvature of the backsplash, I should say. This hood vent, so gorgeous. The custom cabinetry. This looks like marble. Marble countertops. I love what they've done here. And of course, very traditionally, the window placement over the sink. And I like this only in times when the view is pretty, and it is. So you've got greenery out here. As I said that, I think you're looking at the HVAC units, but that's just the angle. This would be your view out your window. So really pretty. Lots of space in this kitchen for storage, in addition to the wraparound pantry over the refrigerator. Very deep cabinetry here. Okay. Washer and dryer would have to be a stackable, but looks like everything's plumbed in, all new. Just need that washer and dryer. And then before we go upstairs, let's go outside. Now outside, it's the sort of the aggregate, looks like this was pre-existing. But you could extend this. You could even step up into some sort of decking out here if you wanted to. But the bottom line is you have a really big yard. And though your yard doesn't go all the way over there, there's going to be some sort of shared spaces in here. There's so much greenery. And I love that for the most part, everybody's kept it very open. but you do indeed have a covered porch with a fan and a really pretty wood detail up top. Okay, let's go upstairs. This is just a storage closet outside, guys. A moment for the tree in the front yard and the fact that it's on a cul-de-sac. Remember, I'm going to tell you the one thing that would bother me a little bit, which might not translate actually on this video. Okay, so this bedroom, we're sitting at just under 1,100 square feet, so I think it's 1080, is really pretty. And this is going to be a queen size bed. So in theory, you could do a king size bed in here. I think there's definitely space. But what they've done is they've centered the bed here, making it so that the queen side fits a little bit more symmetrically. And then you have this gorgeous color drenched, I think it's color drenched, even the trim, bathroom. I'm in love with this tile. And your little nook for your caddy-ish items. You still have a little bit of storage in here. Okay. For those of you interested in the closet size, it's actually deeper than you would expect. So you can walk in and call it a walk-in closet. Second bedroom is over here. And this one seems to be a little bit bigger. Definitely could do a king size bed and then maybe not go so wide with the end tables because you have the depth here. You have a little bit more depth in this room. Slightly bigger closet, not by much, just a little. Also color drenched. Color drenching is when all of this is the same color, trim, walls, and ceiling. It's very in right now. And then a moment for this tile. I am in love. The vanity, let's call this the primary since it's a double vanity, slightly bigger than the other one, but worth noting that both of these bedrooms have an ensuite. Creamish tile here. Really nicely done. Kudos to this designer. The toilet does not have its own closet, but that's just a space thing. And I think this was properly done to give the double vanity its moment. You're having to sacrifice a little space in other areas. Okay, guys. Now, what would I change? And I don't do this very often because I'm so grateful when I get to go to a house, and this house is going to sell in a hot minute, by the way, at the $350,000 price point the design is perfect. But I'm a stickler for light. And when I walked in and saw this lighting package, it's stunning. But none of these light fixtures give off a lot of light. And so this house could benefit from a little bit of recessed lighting, of which you could probably add later, or maybe just up the ante on the light bulbs. You don't feel it here so much as you do upstairs in the bathrooms or in the half bath, but that's pretty much, it's been done very well when that's about the only thing you can think of. $350,000. Let me know if you want to see it. I'd love to have the buyer on this one.